Dr. Itu, did a kind of, wrongdoing, amounting to 500 something million. But Sherika that 4-1 Nigeria in terms of Nigerian Airways, nothing has been done to him. Now, up to today, 6 months down the line, our president, if you know it's proactive, we need to know what is going on with Sherika. What amount to Sherika in duping Nigeria 4-1 is billions of naira. And something must happen to that. And I'm appealing to our president, if he wants to implement sanity, he must go back to that issue. Have a nice day.
Have a better one. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you. Good morning, Fuad.
Good morning, Sage.
So people are calling that in trying to, probe better edu, there are many other individuals that should be probed as well before, they can call this probe a laudable one.
Of course, yes, I agree. 𝗪𝗛 SAGE should be one of the easiest that, we can dig into. The failed Nigeria Air project.
I know that's what has you pissed.
No. Of course, yes. I agree with Alhaji Zubair that those are low-hanging fruits that the EFCC can quickly, get off, with. But I guess that they are still getting down to work. So let's see how this goes.
Right. Let's take more phone calls. Hello.
Good morning to you, Babalola.
Francois, it's a pleasure to have you.
Mr. Fuad, welcome to the office.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Amen.
You see, the offense of this humanitarian minister and that former disaster woman, I'm telling you, Fuad, he supersede of that minister for affiliation. They take the money to give the left people, those hungry people, and you pocket the money. About.
We don't know. It's still an allegation for now.
Allegation is real. 37 billion. Okay, the president one come. 500 and something million. 5 or 6 months in office. What are we talking about? And the work of FCC is not a day job. Where they take one by one. Anybody that's not touched now is not be laughing, saying, I'm safe. No. That the FCC, all of us, all Nigeria, we must support the FCC for them to work. Because it's a serious job to pay somebody who stole billions. Because the man stole billions, he has the money to bribe the dollar of the person inside. He had the money to bribe the business. That's why when you say with a 𝗪 in the boss, don't have change hands. So for me, and this thing, I'm not playing to Mr. President. We've already had a lot, billion, 90 billion from our accountant general, 7 billion, the latest one, I don't have one coming. I will never relent, but I tell him, Mr. President, we need to receive our money to develop this country.
Thank you, Prince.
And the way it's necessary for them to set up a court for corruption cases.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a nice day. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
This is Olaiwola.
Welcome. From where, please?
Yeah. From the guy.
All right. Go on.
Yeah. All these things that is, I just want to talk about the main issue against the Ministry of Material Affairs.
Yeah.
The issue on ground is that our public procurement become more poor in the issue that who know who that is getting this contract and who know who that is using this money to their private account. And where I'm questioning the integrity of the agency of the government, it become a public procurement and involving the financial aspect. Why all these transactions are not passing through the office of the EFCC, how to monitor it and how to monitor how the money goes. In the bank, we have one unit called financial unit, something like that. The money that is more than 100, is what they call 110 million naira. We pass through one unit and they will verify the source of the money. And these big people are already take advantage of it. That is why at the end of the day, at the end of this investigation, now you will see that they will not find anything about him this money, and they will reinstate this minister back. The suspension is just to taking the cry out of the system and give you another report that are not even relating to the issue on ground.
But yeah, my own advice to the federal government or the state government, it happened in Lagos State yet also. Public procurement, the issue still there and it died, and nobody question about that one. But the issue on ground, why all these public procurement and the financial transaction are not passing the office of the public bureau or office of the EFCC? Let the government do something about it. Let the EFCC monitor how the money move out of the federal account and to the individual account or the corporate account. This is my advice to the federal government.
Thank you
so the thing will be more effective to manage.
Thank you.
To monitor.
Nice
It's not the only this ministry we have.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Fouad, you have something
again, like we said earlier in the morning, and we want people to pay attention to these things. You know, on the issue of Olusegun Obasanjo, the Minister of Interior.
Yeah.
You know, the particular company is New Planet Project Limited, and out of 3 billion for the social register that was awarded, the contract that was awarded, just look at what we're saying here. The sum of 279 million, you know, for verification of the list, and then another 159 million for the same purpose. So you ask yourself, Sage, what are we doing here? You know, it's just unfortunate, really. Like I said, he said, look, he resigned from that company in 2019, but the fact that the company is still linked to him is the reason why people are raising eyebrows, and it's just what it is. You know, contracts are issued out, people within government get it, the figures are inflated. You know, sometimes you question the rationale behind some of these consultancies and all of that, and that's what we're seeing here. It's just a cesspool of corruption across board.
Fouad, our last caller recommended that, you know, monies like this one, you know, it should go through, for example, the table of the EFCC, among other things. But isn't there a law against interference? Like,
no, until issues are raised, the EFCC cannot just go into every transaction.
Right.
That's not their mandate.
Right.
Until there's a case of corruption, misappropriation of fund, they can't even go into some of these contracts. You know.
Right.
You know. So it is what it is. What we're just saying is that, look, we have too many loopholes within the system for people to misappropriate public funds.
Right. It's still Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. We're talking about electricity in the country, and we're still having a conversation about Dr. 𝗪𝗪, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, and the 585 million naira scandal that has suspended and is currently being grilled by the EFCC. So we're asking, is this the call, or has this raised the call for a forensic audit of even all the ministry departments and agencies that we have in Nigeria? Also, thoughts on the alleged complicity of the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, and expectations following the suspension and this particular probe of both 𝗪𝗪 and Umar Farouk, who is also, you know, being grilled for some 37.1 billion naira financial misappropriation, and also the initiative of cash transfer in itself. Is this a system that we can monitor? Do we have systems that can properly monitor the initiative in itself? That's what we're asking you this morning. Hello. Hello. Okay, please call us back if you can. Hello, good morning to you.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
We can hear you. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Comrade Mpanago calling.
Nice.
Good morning, Mr. Fouad.
Comrade, it's been a while.
God bless you, sir. I've been around.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank God we are well fit. The only thing I'll say this morning is, look, there are 1,001 better edu in government and in this government also. So only what we need is in government. And that's why you see that some of us are feeling relaxed, looking at who are suffering, and government officials are living large. Now, Mr. Fouad, a minister, you know, that she boarded aircraft
to
from
Kogi.
Abuja to Lokoja.
You are in Kogi. You are from Kogi State.
Yes,
Comrade.
we have no airport in Kogi State. There is no airport in Kogi State. Now, about 300,000 naira. So it means to and flow will amount to 600,000.
And she's not the only one.
Then, and 5 other people. Now, then 20,000 naira as airport taxi to government house, Lugat House in Lokoja. She never denied, no, they are not sending any money and all that. So those things are there. But what I am saying, there are 1,001 better edu while people are suffering. So it is left for us, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that we did for him, and we knew why we voted for him. So it is less for him, but we pray for him to succeed. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank
Good morning,
you very
comrade.
much. Fouad, I listened to a commentary yesterday, right? An analyst was talking about the fact that there is naturally a budget for transportation for these people, and in most cases they fly. So in this singular event where there was no airport, maybe they used the monies for, okay, we had to charter some sort of, convoy,
That's
we had
corruption.
to charter and all of this.
It was for a flight.
That's what he's saying, that, okay, they had to move, definitely, but they...
This minister,
Right.
and I'm sure she could have moved that. It's misinformation, and that's corruption in itself, because there's no airport in Kogi State.
We don't know.
We know, because it's just unfortunate, really. And again, I think we need to put it out there that she has not been found guilty.
Yes.
Investigation $1 million to verify the social register. It's just unfortunate.
Facebook platform. I'll read it live on air. So in case you're unable to use YouTube as well, or you can send your messages to our WhatsApp platform on 0913 6000 430. But if you want to call, please call 0913 6000 410. Hello. Please turn down the volume on your radio. Thank you. Hello. I said turn.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello,
good morning.
Please turn down the volume on your radio.
I've done that. Good morning. This is Paul from but the heat is much, so one just needs to cool his head.
You're welcome.
How is the family?
So thank God.
Yeah, you see, the problem of Nigeria, action. Every day, we hear stories that will break the heart. But let me just borrow the saying of the former president's wife. There is God, though. They should remember there is no electricity, no good road. They should remember the first subsidy has been removed, and we are buying at 630. There is God, though. They should fear God, though. They should fear God. A bag of rice is almost heading to 70,000.
Thank you.
A loaf of bread now is 1,350. That is God, though. They should take it easy.
Thank you so
Because
much.
I don't see the reason why this kind of amount of money should be diverted. And the individuals will assign money to something that is not existing. I've been in Kogi, there is no airport in Kogi, and you assign such humongous amount of money that for things that are not existing.
Thank you so very
In
much.
fact, thank you.
Thank you for calling. We appreciate.
Yeah, for better, because there's no way on earth anybody can defend what she has done, and it's a gross misappropriation and highly fraudulent, and I don't know how to express that in a better way than that. As for Olubunmi Ojo, we all cannot feign ignorance that we don't know that politicians and people in power get contracts here and there. So if we hold that and continue to tell ourselves that those kind of things is here and there are not what we expect them to be, then we're just trying to be disingenuous. The truth of the matter is that he claims that he has resigned from the position and all of that. Fine, it's still. So, but the real question will be...
Does it stop you?
It doesn't, but
can't you? So if you do that, correct.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah. Well, I'm Sage. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Hey, what about my friend F1?
Good morning,
Yeah.
sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah. On this issue we are talking about, is it the NEPA thing? You see, the problem we have about NEPA and most of the former federal government parastatals, these things, they are not meant to survive. They are just avenues for siphoning public funds. The government has no business. Government has there is no credibility. Funny money. Look at this NEPA they're talking about. It was Atiku Abubakar who was wanted to be the president. Credibility. People shouted and shouted. Look at you. You handle I gave you authorization to handle, and you sold most of the agencies to yourself.
Thank you.
I say I can never allow you to be president of Nigeria.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate you for your submission. Let's go to Facebook and read out some of the messages we've gotten so far. We have James Okwachi-Ogbona on Facebook telling us that Sage and Fouad, I greet you exclusively. Mr. Fouad, I like the swiftness with which Mr. President used in suspending Dr. Edu. We're talking about her now because she's the one whose actions have come out in the open. If we beam our searchlights to other ministries, Mr. Fouad, you'll be shocked at what is going on there. But our probes and investigations are still underdeveloped and far from fighting corruption until we get to the point where we can now begin to bring former presidents to answer questions because they appointed those being probed, or are former presidents innocent? James Ogbonna from Oshodi. Well, the presidents enjoy immunity during their tenure, and once they leave, I don't know, it's almost like there's an artificial extension of that immunity on these presidents. Let me also check WhatsApp before I go back to the phone lines. We have here, good morning Mainland FM crew. Betta should bury her head in shame as to what is happening presently in her ministry. There's no need to see the president. Let her face the investigation panel squarely and let's see what comes out of it. If found wanting, then she should face the rod of the law. I want to say to the president that corruption can only be fought and won by punishing the offenders. If not, corruption will continue to increase. Benjamin from Shogunle sent that particular message. I think we have other ones here. Okay, good morning Sage and Fouad. I sincerely think that our challenge has always been accountability and transparency, and it cuts across all sectors. Until we start having prosecutions and convictions, we will keep going around in circles. Owen from Lagos is the author of that particular message. Another one here reads, good morning Mainland FM. This is Gege Joshua from Ebute Meta. The fact that the EFCC is tracking corrupt politicians just means President Tinubu is not interfering in the activities of the agency. We should be commending the administration instead of criticism that we're hearing from some individuals. The Radio Guardian Live is not functioning. Oh, okay. We'll get on that. Thank you for notifying us, Gege Joshua. We appreciate that. Good morning. Sam from Magodo says, this present probe going on in some ministries is a wash. I can take it to the bank. It is just a form of distraction to Nigerians for them to believe that the government is working and they are ready to fight corruption. Nigerians have grown past all of this drama. The government should tackle the present poverty that is staring many Nigerians in the face and stop media trial. There are a lot of economic issues that need to be dealt with instead of all of this propaganda. Okay. Hello, Mainland FM. This is Walter from Surulere. For the discos, all licenses should be withdrawn to allow for another bidding, especially by foreign investors from China, the European Union, the United Kingdom, etc., who will come into the country with a lot of forex to invest. I'm proposing that all federal ministries should undergo quarterly audit by the Office of the Accountant General. Any allegation should be forwarded to the EFCC. Thank you. Well, Afrexim Bank invested in Kaduna. At least, yeah, I don't know. Do they have foreign affiliations?
Well, the problem is that they've invested, but again, the economic climate.
They still want their money back.
You're
saying foreign investors will save us. If investors are saying they want their money back.
If they come in and maybe find a way to operate, what he's saying is that, look, instead of just borrowing people money, we can have people who can run this thing as foreign investors who come in and then stay here to run. But again, what about the system in itself? Would it make it viable for them to bring their money?
Maybe.
I just think that we need to unbundle the thing, have smaller units really. Lagos, for example, can generate, transmit, and distribute. We don't have to wait for somebody to generate, transmit.
There was a bill on that they were debating recently.
That's why we need to activate most of these things.
Yeah, they were debating that bill.
That allows states to do it, generate, transmit, and distribute.
Right.
But before we do that, we have to, cancel what currently subsists. We have to look at the contracts. How do we do away with the contract legally? To pave way for this new arrangement.
New arrangement on an old foundation is
a problem.
Is a problem. Let's go back to the phones. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Fouad.
Good morning, Mr. John.
Yes, good morning, sir. Yes, so about this humanitarian disaster.
Poverty alleviation. They remove disaster.
They remove disaster. That was.
Okay. Me, I will say it is media trial. Are you with me? If somebody is found wanting, you investigate the character first, then you public space the outcome of your investigation, and
prosecution should follow. That's just the way it's supposed to be. And can they do? They cannot. Yes, now, why they cannot?
Well,
just look at Minister of Aviation, under Buhari, they cannot. So, like I said, and of which I agree with that, if we do not kill corruption, corruption will kill us, honestly. Because the way it is, even in the with that we are talking about, they sold NEPA to their cronies and allies, and they sold NEPA this thing, assets at a very cheap rate, honestly, to themselves. And how many intervention funds is it that has been given to this power holding without no tangible results? And no probity, no accountability, no transparency as per how those money were spent. So it is just that if we don't kill corruption, corruption will kill us. But the way out, I doubt if the institution can be strengthened, because you have powerful individuals that are more powerful than institutions, even the entire population of Nigerians, honestly. Because when you thought that there are some cabals which are behind our mineral resources that are looking at collective patrimony, you cannot mention that. It means they are more powerful than us. The way to go, plebiscite and referendum. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for your call. Hello. Hello.
Hello,
Madam Ife. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to have you.
Good morning.
Good morning,
How are you feeling? Are you okay now?
I'm okay. I have to take injection, if not.
Welcome.
I have to take malaria injection. I need to get myself back.
All right.
You see, Fᴜᴜᴜ and SAGE BABALOLA, all of you. You know, I'm an advocate of close down this ministry, close down this ministry. Look at what is happening now. Anyway, the president has taken the right step first. Remove, investigate. If it is not worth it, I'm sure we are going towards that end. Because if you look at the history from the time of Farouk, Shadia to this time, they are all women. I mean, it's just like them trusting something like that to Madam Ife. Some people don't know how to protect their name. You know that I use this my name to open many things. But even for my community where I live, I will get it. You have to maintain that name, that credibility. They gave you money for organization, you are keeping it to do what? What this was not guess? Look at Beta. Beta is like my daughter's age.
She's actually very young, 37.
Yeah.
Go and marry. Go and settle down and be happy. Let us look at it in that way. The president is on the right path. I'm sure by the end of the day, they will sling that ministry because it was an emergency ministry. It was not cut after ministry. We know why they opened that ministry for Shadia.
All right.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
Very unfortunate, the youngest of them all running into this. Maybe inexperience.
But I don't agree.
Maybe the old ones know
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Maybe the old ones know how to do the dagbo without this leakage.
Without getting caught.
That's it.
All right.
Maybe she's not.
But maybe just don't even dagbo at all. Just do what you're supposed to do. And leave the money.
The opportunities are there, Sage.
Leave the money.
We have a very corrupt system. It's just easy for people to do all of this.
And here's what they don't understand. If you do what is expected of you, nobody is even going to ask you questions. Because nobody cares enough to ask you questions. But you want everything. Well,
it's just unfortunate. I pity because during the campaigns you saw the energy. She was
transparency and accountability, right from the CBN to the account of the beneficiaries. I watched it
when she was saying all of these things.
That CBN straight to beneficiaries. There's no middleman, nothing like that.
But she's still innocent until proven guilty.
And also the allegation of transferring to private accounts.
She will explain to the FCC. She's still there.
I won't understand what's happening. But let's wait and see. Like you said, Fuad, still an allegation. Hello, morning to you. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, Fuad, good morning. Sage, good morning.
Nice
good morning,
to have
Mr. Joe.
Yes, today's weather is so good, So, Fuad, do you remember during Buhari's regime?
Yes.
He spent a lot of money on NEPA, on this IKDC,
yes,
JINKUS and what have you.
Interventions.
He spent a lot of money. This time around, this regime of our president, this current president, I think the NEPA had gone so low, so that I don't know what happened.
we have been asking, what is the problem?
Power supply has been very poor, very, very poor, at least in Lagos here.
I'm telling you, it's very, very poor. It's not even up to 40% now. So we are really bothered about 2024 again. We are going back as if with 30 years' time. The thing is really bothering me a lot. The way Nigeria is going. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your call. We appreciate you. Please you forgive me for pausing the phone calls again. I really want to take the messages that we've gotten on Facebook. At Turu Sunday on Facebook says 70% of leaders from local government chairman to presidency are a better edu. All right, thank you. Abdurrafiu Alabalakwe says, hi, Alaji Fuad and Babalola. May Almighty Allah continue to increase you people in knowledge and wealth. Madam Betta Edu has disappointed some of us who happens to be her fans. How come she allowed some people to rubbish her image in this manner? Because is this the Edu and Olubunmi Ojo that has been doing fine in their positions among all the ministers of the president? Let's investigate at the issue, but I pray she's exonerated in this. We must praise President Tinubu. All right, I'm sorry. We must praise President Tinubu towards the steps he has taken so far on the Edu saga. Having said all of this, Alhaji Fuad, the incessant killing in Nigeria is becoming too much. And yes, the only solution to this everyday incessant madness and killing of ordinary Nigerians is to dismantle the current conventional policing structure and give the local government a befitting right to create their own form of security. The message is quite lengthy. Please forgive me if I'm not able to go through all of it. We have other messages as well, but thank you. Your message is appreciated. Onotoye Temitope Michael on Facebook also says, hello Mainland FM. On the suspension of the humanitarian minister, I want to give kudos to the president for his prompt action, though I'd expected him to scrap the ministry. I have seen how money was lavished under the past administration. I wonder how sharing of money can alleviate or eradicate poverty in the country. I'm of the opinion that a forensic audit should be carried out on every ministry and parastatal, especially NPA, NNPCL, NIMASA, etc., on the distribution of electricity, which after corruption is the second greatest problem Nigeria is facing. To me, I feel the way out is to encourage states to take charge so that private investors can participate even with the use of solar. I also want the government to take a strong stand on ensuring that every customer is metered. God bless Nigeria. Team Tokwe Onotoye. Thank you for your messages. You can still join us as we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube, Mainland 98.3 FM. Send your messages and I would definitely read them live on air. All right, let's go back to the phone lines at this time. Hello. Hello. All right, call me back if you can. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam
Sage.
Sage.
Good morning, sir.
About what? I greet you.
I greet you too, Mr. Kambilina.
Yes, sir. I think if we are talking about this Madam Edu Wahala, I'm not concerned with the fact that they have suspended her. The thing about it is that were we supposed to have this kind of interventions in the first place? Were we supposed to be throwing money around to reduce poverty? Look at they are buying rice and giving people, buying sharing money. How has that helped to alleviate poverty in the country? Because most of the monies you are talking about, the money still goes back to the same people who are distributing it. The people that are claiming that they are sharing the money, 80% of them money goes back to them in terms of all these things we are seeing here. So should we continue this system of government where a government comes and will get up and start sharing money? Buhari did that. Buhari said she was sharing money and was reducing poverty. By the time he left, we have 130 million people poor. So do you think we should continue with that trajectory? Every time they say they are sharing money, they are reducing poverty. Yes, poverty is still there. Because the system is so porous and so corrupt. No record, nothing. So I think that if this government is a good thinking government, we should stop all this nonsense we are doing with money and say we are sharing money. Sharing money for what?
Thank you.
I beg, that's my take. They should stop this nonsense. I beg. I'm tired of it.
Thank you very much.
So if they don't do that, these people will not steal a chance to be stealing money.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
He makes a good point though. Since we started distributing money, it's more or less like we've been poorer. We have more people.
No, like I said,
that are poor.
We can tackle poverty. We can, alleviate people out of poverty, do interventions. But the model of sharing money, again, the things that work in other places, we bring it here and it becomes a problem because of our own peculiarities. Sharing money, of course, you hear that in saner climes, quote unquote, people get money.
The whole benefits initiative during the COVID era
but those are societies where the right thing will be done. But we know what we are. We know who we are. We know that these things are not being met. You don't know. Okay, that's what we are reading.
I'm a good person. I'm not a part of
the corruption
system.
So I just think that we should look at a more sustainable, more transparent model for helping people out of poverty. We've tried it for 8 years. Buhari had that model. It didn't work. More Nigerians, fell below the poverty line. If we're not careful, we're just going to have a repeat of all of this corruption because it's just easy. The way we are would always mess it up.
133 of 200 million people.
So
what's that left?
Is the old population.
Please, good morning to you. Hello.
Please.
Good morning.
Okay,
come.
I will then advise that even that ministry should be scrapped. You know why?
Why?
No. On a serious note, go to hospitals, healthcare in various villages and see what is going on. People, even with headache, they hardly see even Panadol.
Nothing is happening in those health centers. Nothing, practically
nothing. When you
nothing.
invest this money and you have competent people who can monitor this fund, it will be far, far better than what is happening. What I do was in Lokoja last night, and the governor gathered just few persons at the government house, my brother, that they went and share money.
They said they were going to do 3,000 people.
I am telling, look, just few persons in government house that they were dancing, and the woman just left, and nothing happened. And finally, Mr. Fouad, you said it is not about she's 30-something. She's not a little girl. She was a commissioner in Cross River State, and a national woman leader of 𝗵𝗫. So she's not she's doing what she's doing, So thank God that President Tinubu spring into action. So what we want is for us to start seeing more of things like this.
And punishments too.
All right. Let's take our last phone call for the day before we round things off with messages. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, yes.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Fouad, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Rebecca.
Oh, welcome. How are you doing? Nice, Papa, this morning.
Papa is fine.
All right.
I just want to make a quick comment on this Minister of Humanitarian and Poverty Alleviation. I think there's one thing we don't know. First and foremost, this issue of this memo of traveling to Kogi State and the emerging 200,000, it is a system. It has already been designed.
Hello, Abaka.
Hello. Oh, I really wanted to hear what you had to say about that. I was very curious. Unfortunately, we can't take any more phone calls. Let me take the messages that we've gotten so far. I'll be reading from WhatsApp before I take Facebook. So we have a message here. Top of the morning to you, Sage and Fouad. It is no more news that corruption coupled with impunity is the order of the day in Nigeria. Corruption and its personifications are responsible for keeping Nigeria and Nigerians on their knees. Corruption is responsible for inflation in Nigeria, is responsible for persistent insecurity, massacre, displacement of innocent Nigerians in their ancestral lands by terrorists associated with extremist savage tribe with state protection and connivance. Corrupt case are just another samples of the prevailing reality in the polity. There are no future with these. Thank you, Sage. I want to give kudos to the president. Okay, I think I read this on Facebook. Thank you for your message. We have here on WhatsApp, good morning Mainland FM. I am Mr. Newman from Alaba International. My problem with this generation is that we love to coin beautiful names to give to our queen has stolen public money and we're calling it financial misappropriation. Let's learn to call a spade a spade. Let the corrupt be
she's still innocent,
innocent until proven guilty. Still an allegation. All right, but thank you very much. Good morning, Sage and Fouad, and our dear listeners. Until President Bola Tinubu probes the NNPCL, the Nigeria airplane scammer, the MDAs, the ministries, departments and agencies, the states, the local government and others, and cut down their remuneration and even that of the National Assembly, that is when I can believe that he's truly fighting against corruption. Adeleye in Festac Extension sent that message. All right. Okay, this is just a replication of the message. There's no need to send your message multiple times. I'll see it. Let me take this one. Good morning, Mainland FM. It's easy to power, but it's not easy to grab or snatch good governance. Engineer Bonnie from Alimosho. Thank you, Engineer Bonnie. I appreciate you. We have here Sage and Distinguished Fouad. I greet you exclusively. You've also sent this on Facebook. Thank you for your message. Sage and Mr. Fouad. Okay, these are just messages from Facebook, also replicated on WhatsApp. Okay, good morning, Madam Sage and Mr. Fouad. It is very healthy that Mr. President has finally suspended Madam Betta Edu from office. However, EFCC should not wait for the President to give them directive on who to arrest for questioning. It is the constitutional obligation of these agencies to ensure all suspected officials are interrogated when there is seemingly bad conduct. Nobody should be spared, even the judiciary. Betta and others must face the law holistically. Noah from Igodo Senda. Thank you very much, Noah, for your message. That's about all the contributions that we can take for Mainland Focus. Don't worry, the adjustments that was promised to you will be made hopefully before the week runs out, so we have more time to take public opinion. Thank you very much, Fuad, for your analysis.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, a break is in order, but we'll be back definitely by 9:45 a.m. for Global View. My name is Sage Babalola, and this is Mainland 98.3 FM.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.